these fast boys.
Shall we?
Let's go!
All right, take your equipment.
I did a great job.
You did a great job. Correct.
Thank
Really
you.
proud of you.
I'm gonna be graduating. No, I'm really proud of myself for that.
So is everybody.
I want you to use the resource of CLP, all right? The members here have all been through this.
If you put in at least an hour or two of solid hard work in the garden,
You get a free
you get a free
steak dinner.
a free.
I'm Aaron Carper, and I'm the director of the Community Living Program. I love it because I get to wear so many hats. The Community Living Program is designed to continue to provide services to all the individuals graduating. And now the research is really saying that, yeah, there needs to be lifelong support, and everybody's clamoring that there is no support system, but there is. This is what we do here. Naturally, as they graduate, many want to stay with the jobs, stay with the transportation routes. Your friends are right here. Everything you have is right here. So the CLP was born as a partnership, walking them through job changes, relationship changes, and their individual family needs. For the first time in MLC's history, the CLP program is going to have more members than there are students. So that flip in the number really means that we're beginning to look at Minnesota Life College as a program that is really lifelong and that is going to integrate more fully so that we can use our analytics, our resources, our measurement and outcomes to help develop a better undergraduate program. You know, it's exciting. Minnesota Life College is pioneering many of the efforts right now. So how did we get here today? A very large, complex program. It all started with Bev Hadlin.
I want these kids to feel as if they have the world at their fingertips. Eric, our son with Asperger's syndrome, was at a high school in the late 80s. We thought he was just doing great. And then he fell into a deep clinical depression. He said, even in a group, I'm still always alone. And he just begged. He said, all I want to do, Mom, is go to a school where everyone is like me. And we started talking about, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could have a pragmatic program? So we incorporated on June 9th, 1995.
I thought after 3 years, this program is really going to be rolling. But ultimately, to be successful, you know, the parents have to become the main source and people that have the vested interest.
Being at the ground level when Minnesota Life College was starting, it was slow going for a while.
With false starts and disasters and near disasters and ultimately an evolution.
Quality assurance and that kind of thing within the program. I mean, those discussions were not even had at the beginning. Everybody was doing everything. There was all that passion, there was all that synergy, but it was still like in a developmental phase.
Jerry was on the board, which meant I was at home raising the other child while he goes to the board meetings, but it's what you do. It's what you do for family. When it finally got going, I just thought, man, you know, I think this is gonna work.
Back in 2003, in August, Bev Hadlin, our wonderful founder, spoke to the parents.
Yep.
She said very reassuringly, you have done your job, and now they're in our hands and safe with us.
We got an email.
Well, about 8 weeks after John arriving here, we got an email saying, come pick up your kid, we're closing the school. What had happened was Minnesota Life College had hit the perfect storm of disaster for a nonprofit. The executive director had quit. The kids were in an absolute uproar, and the school was deep in a financial hole. And so they had to close.
And what I recall from that time when the parents got together, the discussion was, well, this can't stand. What else are we going to do? These were all people who had been in the same position we'd been, navigating for years, knowing our kids needed to now transition to adults. Without MLC, what would we do? That was the cry. We were going to put it back together because there wasn't an alternative.
It was not an option to let this thing fail. A lot of parents made contributions. There were several interim people who contributed enormously. A lot of people rallied to MLC's support, and by the end of a couple of years, we were stable again and growing the student body and getting to where we are now.
And I think the strength of the families involved
and the professionalness of the staff have made it easier, but MLC can't do it alone.
The early pioneers have been carrying the weight of the program for a very long time, but it's really time for the rest of our community to get more fully involved with this because of the potential to impact so many people.
We all started this with hope for our child, that we have something for them. And it's awesome that MLC is here because she has a chance to move on in life, to have that independence.
Well, MLC, it took us to the next level. He's matured, and every year he becomes more capable.
He was 4 years old and not yet talking. Now, of course, he's 19 years old and can't stop him.
Is night and day. He just has so many more opportunities at MLC to interact in a positive context.
Coming to MLC, she thrives. This is a good place where she can take her skills that she has and really take off with them.
I think of where he's come from and what he's accomplished, and it's tremendous.
And MLC has made Annalisa who she is.
Yeah. He's successful. He's growing. That's what we all want. And it's happening in a really great way.
Because she's gotten some pride in what she's doing, she's a much happier person.
I would say she first experienced true friendship when she came to Minnesota Life College.
Lo and behold, for the first time in my life, I was with parents who understood my child.
We always knew that he was capable of doing this type of thing. They just found a way to unlock that potential.
We are very blessed, and I know there's a lot of other kids out there that could benefit.
It's a wonderful thing. Besides MLC, that